At last, Lady Justice is truly blind.
Decommissioned, arrested, charged. 2 months of investigation all lead to this walk. A Metro police officer now facing legal action in the shooting death of Daniel Hambrick. It's caught on video. Officer Delkey chasing Daniel Hambrick and shooting him from behind.
Delkey already bonded out and will not be waiting around in jail for court dates and hearings. Delkey charged with criminal homicide. Metro Police Chief Steve Anderson released a brief statement today saying it's not proper to discuss the July events. Delkey, working a desk job since the shooting, is now decommissioned, having his gun and badge taken away. Now, for Hambrick's family, this is a day 2 months in the making. They've been calling for charges since day one. Rebecca Cardenas has local reaction from the NAACP. Rebecca, they're calling for more oversight tonight.
That is exactly right. The president of the Tennessee NAACP called for people to vote for that community oversight board. She called for more effective use of body cameras by the Nashville Police Department. And she also called for the chief of police to step down. Now, when asked about the statement that Delkey's attorney made this afternoon saying that he believed his life was in danger, she called it untrue. She says you cannot be in danger when someone is running from you. Now, Jacquees Clement's mother stood with the NAACP today during that conference. Jacquees was shot and killed by a Metro officer 18 months before Daniel Hambrick was. She says justice won't be served until Officer Delkey is convicted.
What we have to continue to pray and be vigilant about is that 18 months from now, we're not repeating what we see. That's right. It's time out for us to keep, I don't want you to keep on playing target with young black boys' lives.
Now, the NAACP president also says that they have spoken with Hambrick's family, that they are still under a lot of stress, going through a lot of grief, and she asked for their privacy until they decide to say something about today's charges. Tom, Tracy.
All right, Rebecca Cardenas, thank you. Mayor David Briley is reassuring his dedication to getting justice for the Hambrick family, saying he would show respect for the life of her son. He sent a brief statement calling the charges issued today a necessary step.
The charges and arrests came just hours after a magistrate refused to charge Delkey. Overnight, the district attorney presented the TBI's findings, but the judge said there were too many inconsistencies to warrant charges. Earlier today, News 4's Carly Gordon spoke to Officer Delkey's attorney. Carly, he firmly believes all the documents released prove the officer is innocent.
That's right. The charge in this warrant is murder, but Delkey's attorney is adamant that Delkey is not guilty and that when he shot Hambrick, he was just, quote, doing his job. Now, we want to show you video. You may remember it was released by the DA's office. It shows Officer Delkey shooting Daniel Hambrick as he's running away, twice in the back and once in the head. But Delkey's attorney says this video doesn't tell the whole story and that there are other videos we haven't seen that will. He says Delkey told Hambrick to stop multiple times and that Hambrick had a gun in his hand at the time. As soon as the warrant was issued, Delkey turned himself in. He has bonded out of jail. He did that shortly after. At that point, he was decommissioned by the Metro Police Department, meaning his badge and gun were taken away. We asked how Delkey is doing now. His attorney says he's thankful for the support he's received from his fellow officers and that he's looking forward to defending himself in this case.
To my knowledge, this is the first time a Nashville police officer has been charged with murder in the performance of official duties. When Officer Delkey is acquitted, it will be the last time a police officer is on trial for his freedom for just doing his job. Thank you.
Now, there are a couple of things that Delkey's attorney would not talk about. We asked if there is more evidence that would prove Delkey's innocence. We also asked if one of those videos actually shows Hambrick with a gun in hand. Again, he wouldn't talk about that, but he did say that some of those videos we haven't seen could come out as soon as the preliminary hearing. Tom, Tracy.
Carly Gordon for us tonight. Carly, thank you. The Fraternal Order of Police just sent us a video statement on the arrest of Officer Andrew Delkey. Here's part of what they have to say.
The events that transpired today show that the district attorney has no interest in allowing an independent grand jury of citizens to hear the facts of this case and instead went from judge to judge, desperately searching for someone, anyone, who would go and sign an arrest warrant.
Now, the men and women behind the push for an oversight board say the charges are the right step forward.
Now they want the attention to turn to letting Delkey be judged by the people.
I would like to see this officer actually go to trial and let him be judged by peers and let them make the decision. But in my opinion, it has to be a day of reckoning, and I think that he should have his day in court.
The judged by peers sentiment is also the driving force behind the push for an oversight board. Nashville will vote on its creation in November.